morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Allow me on behalf of everyone at RIT Dubai, staff, faculty, students, to welcome you to our campus. It's a very small campus, very active campus, and I would like you please to make it your campus. This is your home. We are a government university. We belong to the government, and we would like to contribute to everyone who lives in this country by an innovation or whatever we can do. When I was asked to present today, I thought, as we are designing the university for the future, instead of really just representing the university, we would like to represent the ecosystem which we are in. Because at the end of the day, we are saying we are not going to sell to students degrees. They come learn, take exam, and they finish. We are going to sell them a future. And to sell them a future, we have to create a university in the middle of the ecosystem. Then I suggested, how about I ask my brother Ghanem to join me today to represent the ecosystem which we have here, the Dubai Silicon Oasis, where the university is in the heart of it and it's part of it. Because in this way, we are really looking into the future and designing the future. As you can see, if you lived here for a long time, you have seen by your eyes how Dubai transformed. These are some pictures of the old places in Dubai and the way actually you could see them now. So as you can see, in Dubai and anywhere else, change is the only constant. Things are moving, and they are moving very fast. If you look at the World Economy Report, recent one, you will find actually UAE ranks 17th in the Global Competitiveness Index. Now imagine a country was, if you think about 30 years ago, it wasn't even ranked there. And suddenly, in a short time, with the wisdom of our leaders, we became number 17th. But if you look at this graph, because actually they measure them in few pillars, and you'll find actually the Middle East, the one in the gray, here. This is the Middle East, and you could see actually UAE, this is UAE, not Dubai, it's better than any other country in the Middle East, and this is because we have been working so hard in the last years in order really to push forward UAE, and as you mentioned, we wanted to become number one, so everybody tried to work as number one. And although many people, they say number one, but we have been working and doing this. The two things, the two pillars, actually, they are really reducing the ranking. As you can see, it's innovation, right? So we are not there in innovation. And the other one is higher education and training. These are the two pillars, worldwide measures, which actually putting us on the number 17th. If we try to fix these, then definitely we are going to go high. Now, if you talk about innovation training, as a university president, this is my job. I have to do my part. And the way to do my part is really to focus on what exactly the mission we are trying to achieve in the future, and we take it from there. And actually, if you go to the pillars, they have actually measures inside each pillar. What actually are they measuring? For example, here they say quality of education is one measure. If you look at the innovation, actually, you could see university-industry collaboration in research and development. Actually, we are getting 4.5 out of 9. So if you think we are getting 50%, we are almost failing, just about failing. So I'm just picking, and actually, the report is there in the net, you can look at it. So we have to fix these two pillars in order to move on and rank. Now, as you can see, we have the government. We have the citizens. Now, the citizens could be individuals, could be communities. Everyone should be involved. We have universities, and universities could be research centers, colleges, whatever, schools. And we have the industry. And if actually they don't come together and each one of them rotates, definitely that will not push our ranking. The idea is really how do they design things such that these gearboxes, Dr. Ghalib, mechanical engineers, they come together and they activate each other. What is really interesting here, which is a potential, but at the same time you have to be careful. When you talk about citizens, if you go to a country which actually most of the people are from that country, then definitely, like for example, my country, Jordan, everyone is Jordanian. Here, actually, we have people from 205 nationalities. It's a potential, but you have to design it right in order to get them all involved, which is an echo of your message. When you talk about government, the government really has a focus and would like to move on, but the government has really to supervise everything. When you talk about universities, we don't have only local universities. We have universities, they come from everywhere. And that's why this is another challenge, how really these universities coming here, how they can contribute. Some of them, they are coming for money. Some of them, they are coming because they are genuine, and so on. This is another challenge. How do you get everyone playing? When you talk about industry, again, we don't have research industry as such. We have industry that come just only to assemble. So even the challenge is there. Now, it's all of us, we have this challenge to get us together, right? So as we design the university of the future, it's clear that a university has to be relevant, it has to be connected. So you cannot create a program just only to graduate students. Your programs, they have to be relevant. You have to be connected and being a part of connecting the 4 gears before. We have to be innovative, and we have to business agility. And maybe if the Ministry of Higher Education here, they have to be agile in accrediting programs quickly, and we have to be forward-looking. These are the features of any business, but university, in order to really contribute to pushing 17th to be higher. So we created Dubai Silicon Oasis, sorry. They wanted really to get a university that really can contribute in the ecosystem and really help in pushing innovation and meeting the aspirations of Dubai. So actually they have selected RIT to join them and creating RIT Dubai. RIT, actually they came not for money, they are not taking any money of that business. They wanted to be active in a very dynamic society like for example, Dubai, and recently we had a branch in China. And at the same time, they would like their students to have access to the world. And this is actually, RIT Dubai was created, and we are going to help the industry, we have to get the government, and we have to help the community at large. So as quickly, we are not for-profit university, we are a global university. We have local and international accreditations. We have a very long co-op program, which I'll mention in a minute. And we have people, our faculty, they come from industry and they have the industrial experience, and we are part of the ecosystem of Dubai Silicon Oasis. I'll go fast, so at least I don't. So how do we really contribute to make the change? We have to have some factors. As I mentioned, we have relevant programs in order to push the needle, and I'll come to that later. We have a global experience, so our students, our faculty, they can move as they like to our global campuses. We have 5 of them. We are supporting innovation to the student in the curricula, and I'll come back to this in a minute. Our co-op program is the longest. Engineering students, they have to spend 1 year with industry. Business students, they have to spend all 16 weeks, and computing security, they have to spend 7 months. And we have people from industry, and we are part of the ecosystem. This is just only some of our partners. As you can see, we managed in order to partner with everyone, not everyone, I mean all the entities, whether they are the private sector, whether the government sector, whether they are companies just only visiting, and we have a global collaboration with others. So let me tell you the way we do it. If you ask a president, what are you doing in order to help your students in order to see the future and really get degree for the future? What we are doing is two main things I would like to focus on. The first one is the co-op program. Students, they have really to leave and go and work with industry. And we tell them, as you work with the industry, go and learn what they are doing and come back and do your capstone project to it. This way, really, you can do it. Other universities, they spend 6 weeks, 8 weeks. In our case, no, it's so long. They have to spend 1 year. They have to learn, and they have to work very hard. I know some of our students, actually, they are working in using artificial intelligence, big data analysis, in companies while they are still students. So now they are working while they are 3rd-year students, just going for 6 months. They are working on things actually everybody's talking about in the future. So the co-op program is very critical, and these are some of the companies actually that are taking our students. Innovation, everybody speaks about innovation, but how can we really put innovation in the curricula? Actually, we are designing innovation as a journey. So students, they come from the first year, we are trying to introduce innovation to them. So we tell them what is innovation, what is entrepreneurship. And then after that, as they move on and they take their courses, before they go to the co-op program, we give them, again, training on innovation and entrepreneurship, and we tell them, when you go to industry, look at the pain points, at the problems they have. So when you come back to the university, your capstone project should be solving these problems. And then after that, when they do their capstone projects, we are investing money into the capstone project in order to create something disruptive technology. And Mr. Ghanem later on will give you some details on this. So we give them money, we give them supervision with the companies, with our faculty, with everyone, in order to say at the end of your capstone project, get something disruptive. And you have 2 choices. Either you graduate with a degree and you tell everybody, I have the industrial experience and the innovation, or you have your own company. And actually, some of our students already, they established their companies. And in the afternoon today, you will listen to one of them. So this is the way, actually, we are really injecting innovation into the curricula. So some of the programs which I mentioned relevant, Dubai, they wanted to become a smarter city, so they came to us, can you create, for example, a program in a smart city, and certifications. So because there you could see smart buildings, but who's building the human who is really can understand what it is? So we created a master degree, we call it City Science. And at the same time, we have certification in smart city, and it's actually endorsed by Smart Dubai. Data analytics will start in September. You know, if you look at, for example, Dubai Data, which the government entity, they are in charge of data. They say, look, we have the data, but we need the people who can understand what is data. If you go to many industries, you'll have managers, they would like to talk about big data because it's funny, but they don't understand what is the difference between machine learning and deep learning. If you don't understand these basics, how can you really work in data? You will end up with Excel sheets, a little bit of neural networks, and suddenly this is not big data. We have been doing this a long time ago. So you have to understand what is big data. So we have, for example, in the big data, we talk about the infrastructure, we talk about the security of the data, we are talking about the emerging technologies. We don't call them artificial intelligence, blockchain, because these are change, these are tools. It's the emerging technologies, God knows what will be in the future. How do you manage data? How do you present data? And how do you make decisions in the data? These are actually the topics which we are covering in this program. And if you need more information, please let me know. And it's sponsored by Dubai Data and Smart Dubai. And we are working with many entities. One of them is IBM in order to create this program. Smart City Innovation Lab. We are building a $1 million innovation lab in a smart city. We are going to put the basics in that lab, the foundation, which is the IoTs, the network, the bandwidth, and the security, the management. And then we are asking entities in order to come and put their verticals. Actually, we are working currently with Siemens. The lab is sponsored by ICT, and the whole initiative is sponsored by Smart Dubai, right? And here, actually, in that lab, people, they have to understand, before you do any smart solution, you have to understand your business first. Then after that, you could see, you have to understand the user experience, because you are designing something for the user. We have seen failures where they design a smart solution nobody uses. Look at this. We are designing this, but actually this guy is making a shortcut. You have to design according to this guy. And then after that, talk about technology. You cannot do it the other way around. In that lab, actually, we will invite everyone to come and get training, to apply, to test, to do innovation. So this will be the innovation lab in the area of a smart city. And then Sheikh Mohammed wanted Dubai to become the happiest city in the world. And suddenly you'll find people, they are making it so superficial. You go and do an action, for example, you pay some money and they tell you, smiling face, not smiling face. This is so artificial. Happiness is a science, and you have to understand the science. How do I make employee happy? How do I make people from 205 countries happy if they work together? You have to understand the science. How do I measure it? How do I close the loop? And so on. So we created actually a diploma. It's not an academic degree in corporate and customer happiness. And we graduated actually from the public sectors and private sectors, people who are really now implementing strategies and innovation in happiness. And actually working with Dubai, there is a happiness index, and we are trying to push Dubai and UAE into that index. We are having, for example, programs and sustainability. So we look at the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and we say, look, how can really we contribute to these goals? And we have many partners, and the recent partner whom we are in discussion with is Dubai Police. How do we really train 23,000 in Dubai Police in order to understand sustainability at various levels? So the way we do it, we look at the sustainable goals by the United Nations, and then we train everyone. Then after that, we go and do specialization. For example, we take these goals and we go to the unit which is really in charge in the Dubai Police, for example, on it, and we say, look, you have to go deep into this. So as you can see, the Dubai Police is helping UAE to meet the goals, but at the same time helping the region and others to meet the goals. So we have a target to do this. And as I told you, we teach everyone the basic knowledge on sustainability very quickly. Then after that, we go into specialization, whether it's sustainable human skills or sustainable services or sustainable infrastructure, or environmental sustainability, based on the 17 goals and how you divide them. And then we are hoping that one day we'll create a master's degree in sustainability in the campus. We have an energy concentration program, because now we are going to clean energy, and we have really to create the knowledge into this area. And we have actually a program, a concentration, where students, they come to electrical engineering, but they can really focus into energy, or they go to mechanical engineering and they come from that angle to the program. I would like to finish, and we are building a new campus. This is a picture of our new campus, and it's a real picture. Hopefully 95% will look like this. Actually, as you can see, if I ask you, what is this building in the middle? It's the icon, it's the signature building in the middle. Any guess? It is the Innovation Center. So we are saying, look, this is a university of innovation, and it will be open to everyone who would like to do innovation. Come, use it, use the resources, tell us, teach us, we learn together, and in order to help pushing it. The last thing is Dubai Silicon Oasis. They put $1 million. They put $1 million. Orange, they put $1 million. Chamber of Commerce, $500,000. Chamber of Commerce, $500,000. And the government, $500,000, in order to create a smart city accelerator, where they go and take ideas from the whole world. Last cycle we had 1,000. We select 10 and we start to accelerate them, and they become products. And this just only for half a year, they managed to get $1 million, these companies. And then we said, look, as RIT Dubai, what can I do? If I take $500,000, make it a research fund for the faculty, I am sure they will do research, but that research maybe is not relevant, is not active, it does not produce anything. Then I said, okay, let me inject that money and throw it with the accelerator. So I deal with the big guys, and I contribute, and I would like my students, remember when I talked about destructive learning in their capstone project? When they finish, I would like them to go and apply to the accelerator and end up with a product. So this is a route to our students. Come to the university, but this is the future for you. You can build up your company, and we have the mechanisms to do that for you. And I am sure my brother Ghanem will give more details about that. Thank you very much.